Well, a pleasant good evening, friends, and thanks for joining us for another edition of Lady Eagle Basketball Live this afternoon from Hearne, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp, and this is Lady Eagle Basketball, the area round playoffs after Georgetown taking care of business in the by-district versus Marble Falls, just recently defeating the Mustangs 52-38. Of course, Georgetown on their 10-game winning streak. 18-5A champions this year. They finished up 23-9, 12-0, perfect undefeated season in Georgetown. Their last loss was last year, December the 29th, versus Houston in a tournament. For the Magnolia West Mustangs, in their area round on an 8-game winning streak. Their last loss, 63-72 in their game, and they come in on an 11-game winning streak, and we are underway here from Hearne, Texas. The opening tip controlled by the Mustangs of Magnolia West. 8-minute quarters, of course, and thanks for staying with us. We had a lot of pregame, but unfortunately we weren't able to get connected to some internet, but we finally, with the blessings of the folks here at Hearne, were able to get online. So again, thanks for joining us and sticking with us here this afternoon. Magnolia with the ball on their first possession on the left side of the court. Working the dribble is Portales into the hands of May. Back over to Portales. Feeding inside, left wing, May for three. That shot well off the mark, and it goes out of bounds, and the Lady Eagles will have the ball for the first time tonight. From left to right, the Eagles will bring the ball. We're on the visitor side here. Beautiful gymnasium, home of the Hearne Eagles, the midway point. Of course, Magnolia West and Georgetown, a little bit of distance in between these two schools. A little over an hour and a half drive from Georgetown to get over here this afternoon. Ball is turned over. Magnolia West has it going to the left, and it's Cameron Jones, and she is blocked. Shot doesn't go in, and the Eagles back with the ball. Great job on the defensive end. Chasing it down on that left side for Georgetown was Jalen Knight. The ball into the hands of Knight across midcourt. Over to Samari O'Brien. O'Brien back into the hands of Harris at the top of the three-point line. Harris back to O'Brien. McCall Hampton down in the post trying to find some separation, not able to find it so far. 6:45 to go first quarter. No score here in Hearne, Texas. Back into the hands of Hampton at the top of the three-point line. Over to Ellsworth, left wing. Ellsworth working a right-handed dribble. Three-point shot straight away off the front of the iron. Good look there for Gracie Harris, just wouldn't fall. And the ball will go back over to Magnolia West. Mustangs with it from right to left, almost turned it over. Shot for two from the elbow, no good for Eggleston. Next shot, no good also. And third rebound now for Magnolia West. This one is good, and the first points of the game will go to Portales. And the Mustangs, the designated home team tonight here in the neutral site, take the early 2-0 lead. Again, thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp, Nathan Height helping us out as well this afternoon. Eagles have it on the right side into the hands of McCall Hampton. Working from the elbow inside, and McCall, wow, going to be charged for an offensive foul. That is unbelievable. Called her on a push, and that's the type of night that we can tell it's going to be here tonight. McCall picking up her first personal, first team foul for Georgetown. 6:03 to go, first quarter. Magnolia West Mustangs with the ball and the early 2-0 lead. Both of these teams, their respective district champions. Again, Georgetown, of course, in 18-5A, Magnolia West in 19-5A, all Region 3. Shot up off the left side of the glass, no good. And Georgetown with the rebound. They've got an opportunity to tie or take the lead with a three. Pushing it to Kylie Ellsworth. Kylie on the left corner, working a dribble inside, passes up to McCall. McCall uses her presence and unfortunately couldn't finish there on the left side. She got the ball up, but great defense coming the other way. 5:29 to go. Magnolia West back with the ball in the first quarter, leading 2-0. Into the corner, it's Elisa May. Back up over to the right wing, Eggleston. She comes in from the elbow, and that shot good just inside the free throw line, inside the key. A 4-0 lead for Magnolia West. Georgetown back with the ball, trailing by 4 with 5 minutes to go. Left side shot, good and one. Great opportunity and a great foul on the inside. Samari O'Brien will go to the line, shooting one, and a great feed from her teammate. Now the Georgetown fans and everyone can set as we finally get on the board here, 4-2 with 4:59 to go in the opening quarter of play. O'Brien at the line, shooting one, trying to complete the and one. Shot up and off the back, no good for Samari O'Brien. Magnolia back the other way with a 2-point lead from right to left. Back into the hands of Portales for three, and she finds nothing but the bottom of the net. 7-2, Magnolia West lead. Ellsworth brings the ball into the front court. Working a dribble, guarded up top by Eggleston. Inside, finding Jalen Knight, and Knight fouled. She'll go to the line, shooting two. Good feed inside to Jalen. And in the act of shooting, so Knight will go to the free throw line for the first time this evening at the 4:33 mark in the first quarter. Again, Georgetown trails Magnolia West 7-2. Knight, right-handed free throw shot, up and good, buries the first one. Knight will have one more. Trying to pull her team to within three. Next free throw shot, good. 2 free throws for Jalen Knight. Gets Georgetown a little bit closer, trailing 7-4. Plenty of time. 4:30 to go, first quarter. Magnolia West with the ball back on the left side. It's Portales, who's been hot so far this afternoon. She's already got 5. Inside baseline, taking a dribble is May. May puts up the shot. It's no good. Great job by Jalen Knight and Ellsworth, putting her a stop on the baseline, and the Eagles want to run from left to right. Harris on the left wing, working a right-handed dribble. She's double-teamed into the hands of Ellsworth. Puts up a 3 from the wing. That shot off the back, no good for Kylie Ellsworth. And back the other way, Magnolia West. Ball goes out of bounds, but they say it's on the Eagles. Great defensive presence by Ellsworth, knocking that ball out of bounds. 7-4, Eagles trail. 3:53 to go, first quarter. Here in Hearne, Texas, and now that one knocked out of bounds again by Ellsworth. Back-to-back great defensive plays for Kylie as the pass from Portales was knocked out of bounds. Back into the hands of Portales near the half-court line. Now quickly back over to her side of the court as she moves over to the right wing, working a dribble. Passing inside over to the left corner, it's May. May trapped by 2, passes into her teammate off the left side, no good May, but she'll go to the line shooting 2. Foul is called on Jalen Knight. That is her first personal, Georgetown's second team foul, and at the line shooting 2 for the Magnolia West Lady Mustangs is Kendall May. Right-handed free throw up and off the front, no good for May. She'll have one more. Head coach for Magnolia West, Sarah Simmons. Assistant coaches Nick Hebert and Diana Gunlock. Second free throw, good. Misses the first one, makes the second one. Georgetown back with the ball, trailing by 4. Trapped in the backcourt, over to Harris. Harris into the hands of Knight. Give and go to Ellsworth, and Ellsworth's knocked around. My goodness. Kylie slid all the way to the pads on the side of the wall there, and luckily able to get up with no injury. Harris will inbound the ball. It was out of bounds off of Magnolia West. Surprised there was no call there. The hands of O'Brien. McCall Hampton from the free throw line, puts up a shot as she drives in, no good, gets her own rebound, turn around, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line, shooting 2. McCall Hampton. Tell you what, she's 0 for 2 from the field, but she is putting her stance to work tonight, and now rewarded at the line. She'll shoot 2. First free throw off the right hand, falls in the bottom of the net for McCall, and she's got her first point, and Georgetown trailing by 3, 8-5, 3:15 to go. Substitution on the court as May will head to the bench for the Mustangs. Checking in for the first time this afternoon is Lofton. McCall, second free throw, good. Critical free throw shooting for McCall Hampton. And Georgetown trailing by 2, 8-6, 3:10 to go. First quarter of play here in Hearne, Texas, in this 5A area round playoff matchup. Both of these teams on fire throughout the regular season. A three-point shot almost goes in off the bank for Lofton, and Georgetown is going to come away with the rebound here. It's Harris trapped in a backcourt by 2, using her speed, getting into the front court. McCall Hampton, she's blocked as it goes up. Now Harris puts one up. That shot rolls out, no good. Great effort there by both players for Georgetown, Harris and Hampton, but they just were not able to find the shot. And back the other way, Magnolia West using their skill inside. Ball rolls out, no good, but a foul as Portales goes in. And that foul will be called on McCall Hampton. She'll pick up her second foul, Georgetown's third team foul. Getting set to check in for the first time this afternoon for the Eagles, I believe, is Jade Smith. She's at the scores table. First free throw off the front of the iron, no good. Smith will check in for the first time tonight, and McCall Hampton will head over to the bench. She had 2 free throws to pull Georgetown to within 2, 8-6, 2:34 to go first quarter. Portales with the second free throw off the right hand. Missed the first one, missed the second one, the rebound by Harris. Portales showing some great defense, and Harris able to get rid of it into the hands of O'Brien. O'Brien stops in front of the half-court line, back over to Harris, crossing the half-court line. On the right wing, it's Ellsworth. Now to the top of the 3, over to Harris on the right wing. Harris passes over to Jade Smith, who just checked in. Back to Ellsworth at the top of the three-point line, working a right-hand dribble, directing traffic. Now over to the right wing. Ellsworth gets a high screen, still working a dribble. Now passes over to Harris. Harris moves towards the corner, now passes inside to Jalen Knight. Turnaround jumper, good for 2, Jalen Knight. Knight has 4 points, and the Eagles are tied at 8 apiece with 1:50 to go first quarter. Magnolia West from the corner passes up on a 3-point opportunity, back into the hands of Portales at the front of the 3-point line. Inside, Jade Smith with the block. Going up with it was Lofton, and Smith able to get her team back the possession. Inside, it's Knight, left side, and nope, she traveled. Georgetown fans aren't happy with the call. Looked like she had good position. Jalen Knight going to be called with the travel. First travel of the night for either team. We're tied up at 8 apiece, 1:26 to go. First quarter of action here live from Hearn High School. It's the Magnolia West Mustangs and the Georgetown Eagles here in this area round matchup. Little give and go action for the Mustangs. Turnaround jumper off the right side, no good, and Knight pulls down the rebound. Beg your pardon, it was Smith with the rebound. And now on the ensuing play, she turns it over, and Magnolia West back with the ball quickly on their side of the court. The 2-point shot, no good, off the fingertips of May, and Georgetown, O'Brien rebounds it. It's Harris here on the right side just in front of us. Passing the ball inside over to O'Brien for 3, left wing. That one rolls out, no good. Wow, people were here in the audience getting ready to get fired up, but it just wouldn't fall. Magnolia West quickly back their way now. Turnaround jumper from the right side, no good for Cameron Jones. And now Harris brings it into the front court. Action is quick. Georgetown 2-on-4 as Magnolia got back quickly on that play. O'Brien over to the right wing. She's guarded up top by May. Gives it over to Harris. Harris holding on to the ball. Asking for it is Jade Smith. Smith to O'Brien. Back over to Smith, trying to find an elbow room. Turnaround jumper, good for Jade Smith. And the Eagles have the first lead tonight, 10-8. Great ball movement and a turnaround floater by Jade Smith gives the Georgetown Eagles a 2-point advantage. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. Magnolia West can't get the shot off, and the Lady Eagles, after starting out a little bit rusty, able to find some rhythm off great defensive plays. And they currently have that 2-point advantage, 10-8. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Stay with us, friends. Lady Eagle basketball on SHN Sports continues.
Get up, Eagle Nation!
Second quarter action underway. About to inbound it is Samari O'Brien into the hands of Ellsworth. Georgetown will go from left to right, bringing it into the front court and the lead 10-8, 7:55 to go here in Hearne, Texas. Nice pass, left side, good. Wow, what a give and go. And 2 more points for the Lady Eagles. This time it's off the fingertips of Allie Isbell, who just checked in for the first time tonight. Magnolia West, the Mustangs, back on the left side of the court, trying to find something here. Now trailing by 4, 12-8. Inside, flips it up, shot no good. Right side, put back good for Eggleston. She's picking up her 4th point tonight, and it's back to a 2-point Georgetown lead, 12-10. Mackenzie Mouton also checking in here to start things in this second quarter. Back up top to Isbell on the left wing. Isbell. Bounce pass to O'Brien on the baseline to Mouton, and Mouton trying to pass it in, gets it knocked away and deflected. Magnolia will have the turnover and the ball quickly back to the left. Portales puts it up, and it's good, and she's got 6 points now. Actually, she's got around 7, it looks like, and we're tied back at 12 apiece. 6:50 to go in the second period. Harris has the dribble on the right wing. She's trapped. McKenzie from the elbow. Shot up, no good for Mouton. Had a good look at it, just wouldn't fall. McKenzie's first attempt won't go in, and now a turnover back the other way. Georgetown will have it back. Lofton threw it away. She was trying to get it into the hands of Portales. With 6:31 to go in the second quarter, the Lady Eagles will have the ball back and try to break this tie yet again. They've led by as many as 4. That a few moments ago here in the second quarter. Harris will bring it into the front court, just shy of the Texas Eagles logo here at Hearne High School. To the hands of Ellsworth. Georgetown in black jerseys with gray numbering and lettering, outlined in white. 3-point shot from the wing, no good for Harris. She had a good look, just wouldn't fall. She's 0 for 2 from the 3. And back the other way, Ellsworth knocks it out of bounds. Great defensive hustle. She's done it 3 times tonight. And the ball will go back to Magnolia West. Substitution on the court. Checking in for the first time tonight, Megan Donnelly for the Mustangs of Magnolia West. And heading over to the bench is Lizzie Lofton. 6:10 to go second quarter. The Mustangs with the ball. At the top of the 3-point line is Jones, who checked back in as well. May has it. Back over to Portales. She's been in the game the entire time. Of course, one of their top players here on this team. Back over to Portales. She thought about a 3. Goes over to the free throw line. Now to the left wing. It's Donnelly. Donnelly inside baseline. And now passes back over to May. May inside from 8. The jumper no good. The rebound and put back good. And the foul off the left side by Cameron Jones. Hard to stop Cameron Jones. She's one of the tallest on the court. Using her athleticism to not only pick up the foul, but get that one back in as well. A foul called on Georgetown. That is their 4th team foul. 3 team fouls for Magnolia West. The shot is up and good. The first free throw. I think that foul may have went on Allie Isbell. Georgetown trailing back by 3 now. They've trailed by as many as 4 in this game. They've led by as many as 4 as well. 15-12. Trying to find some rhythm back here with 5:32 to go second period. Isbell inside in traffic. Jade Knight puts it up. Left side too strong. Gets her own rebound. The putback no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line shooting 2. Jade Smith at the line shooting 2. And 5:24 to go second quarter. First one off the right hand, off the back of the metal, no good. Substitution on the court as Allie Isbell will head over to the bench, and checking in for the first time tonight, Haley Smith for the Georgetown Eagles. Smith in the key right now on the free throw shot from Knight, and the second one up and good. Beg your pardon for Jade Smith. 15-13, Magnolia leads by 2 at the 5:20 mark here in the final moments of the first half on their side of the court. Left corner, 3-point shot. That one off the front of the iron, no good for Donnelly. The rebound, the putback, no good. The second rebound and the putback, no good, but she's fouled, and once again, Cameron Jones will go to the line shooting 2. She is going to be a force to be reckoned with this entire afternoon. 5:06 to go here in the second quarter. Bends her knees, right-handed free throw off the back of the iron, no good for Jones. Second free throw, good. Goes 1 for 2 that time, increases it back to a 3-point lead, 16-13 for the Mustangs. Georgetown from left to right. It's Harris bringing it across the logo at midcourt, back to her side on the right. Drops it off into the hands of Smith, who checked in moments ago. Harris using a high screen from Jade Smith, back over to Smith. I've got to be careful, there's 2 Smiths on the court. And now Kylie Smith and Haley Smith fighting for it. They've got the ball back into their hands, but threw it away. Unfortunate series of events there as Gracie Harris. I beg your pardon, there's a couple of Smiths. It's Jade Smith and Haley Smith, but there it was Gracie Harris trying to throw it into her teammate. She was double teamed and it got knocked out of bounds. Magnolia West will inbound, the ball turned over, and it's Haley Smith. One-on-one, left side, Smith too strong, the shot no good. Magnolia West back with the ball. The Mustangs want to drive. Georgetown Eagle defense. Lady Eagles getting back quickly. 16-13 the score. Mustangs with the lead. Turnaround jumper no good for Cameron Jones. Haley Smith in the backcourt and out of the front court here on the right side, into the hands of Samari O'Brien. Back over to Jade Smith. Jade picks up her dribble to Kylie Ellsworth on the left wing. Ellsworth inside to Jalen Knight. Jalen looking for a gap. She throws it over. Pass to Smith. This shot no good for Haley Smith. She looked for 3. It wouldn't fall. It goes out of bounds, though, and the Eagles will get another chance. They're trailing 16-13. 4:02 to go here in the first half of play. Got some sponsors tonight as well. We'll thank those as we go along. Our friends at the Oak Ridge Disciple House, one of them. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Lady Eagle basketball. Georgetown inbounds, turnaround jumper. Knight, good for Jalen Knight. She had the turnaround, had the position, and Knight has 6 points, and her Eagles trailing by 1, 16-15. The Mustangs back on the left side of the court, inside. Once again, the pass off the right side and good for Jones. Give the assist to Portales. 18-15. Georgetown trails. Haley Smith and her Lady Eagles back on the right side of the court to Ellsworth. Ellsworth to Haley Smith. Baseline, left side. She gets it partially blocked. It goes out of bounds. Georgetown will get the ball back. Great job there by Cameron Jones. Checking back into the game will be Mackenzie Mouton. And heading over to the bench is Jade Smith. Jade, a great series for her. 3:32 to go, second period. Georgetown trails 18-15. Inside pass, right side shot, good for Jalen Knight. Great job on the inbound pass by Haley Smith. She saw Knight. And just like that, 2 more points for the Eagles, trailing by 1. Mustangs, Lady Mustangs, that's from 2. They better call 2 because from here it looked like a 2-point shot. And I think they gave them 3, Nathan. It looked like her foot was on the line, and they gave her 3. 21-17. Her right foot was on the line. It was clear as day up here. 21-17. Georgetown back with the ball. Knight turnaround jumper no good. Ball fighting for it. Tipped back around, and it goes to the Mustangs. That's unfortunate for the Eagles. Lady Mustangs back with the ball. Jumper from about 9 for Portales is no good. And a foul called on the Lady Mustangs. And they call that foul on Elisa May. 5 team fouls apiece. 2:30 to go first half. Georgetown trails by 4, 21-17. In the backcourt, Gracie Harris alongside Ellsworth. Now into the front court. Harris bringing the ball up. O'Brien, a little give and go back to Harris. She's near the top of the 3-point line. Back into the hands of Knight. Knight drops it to Samari O'Brien. O'Brien rolls the ball over, and it gets knocked away, and turnover. Stolen by Elisa May. She wants to run, and back the other way. The foul on Gracie Harris, a little too aggressive on May. And Harris will pick up the foul. Gracie picking up her first. Georgetown 6. 1 more will put the Lady Mustangs in the 1-and-1 bonus. 2:07 to go, trailing 21-17. Pass inside, turnaround jumper, good for Cameron Jones. She has been a unstoppable force here in this first half. 23-17, Lady Eagles with the ball and trailing with 1:54 to go first half. Jalen Knight inside left, through 3 defenders, she goes down hard. No foul. They'll say it was blocked. And it will go back to the Lady Eagles. But my goodness, Jalen hit the deck hard. And checking in place of Mackenzie Mouton is Jade Smith. So Jade Smith back on the game. Jade Smith, Kylie Ellsworth, Samari O'Brien, Jalen Knight, and Gracie Harris will inbound. Over to Smith, right side, good. Great pass again, and a quick 2-point shot off the glass for Jade Smith. Jade's got 5 points, and the Eagles trail by 4, 23-19, with 1:37 to go first half. The Lady Mustangs back with the ball on the left side. Little give-and-go action to Portales at the baseline. Top of the 3, straight away. Shot bounces and no good and rolls over, and it'll be Lady Eagles ball. It was Donnelly. She had a good look at it. Just went over the back of the backboard as it went off the back of the rim. Ellsworth will inbound over to Gracie Harris. They're the two in the backcourt. No defenders on them. No pressure here in the backcourt. We haven't seen a lot of it. At times we've seen a little bit, but nothing here lately in the second. Brings it across to the front court from left to right. Gracie Harris on the right corner. She gets it tipped and knocked away, and Lady Mustangs have it. They want to go from right to left. 2-on-3. Kylie knocks it away again, but able to recover the Lady Mustangs. Jumper from 6. That shot no good for the Lady Mustangs Eggleston, and Georgetown has an opportunity here to cut into this deficit, trailing 23-19, 54 seconds to go in the first half. Harris over to Ellsworth, left wing. Darts one inside. It bounces off, luckily able to get it back. Jumper off the side of the rim, no good, and the ball fought for, and it goes out of bounds off of Jalen Knight. Well, Ellsworth had a good look at it. She was trying to feed her teammate on the inside, and unfortunately she wasn't ready for it. It darted at her, came right back, and Ellsworth with her own deflection. And they're going to run the 4 seconds off the clock here. So 38 seconds on the clock. They forgot to start it a while ago with 4 seconds. It's amazing we can get the time right, but we can't get a 3-point shot right. That's the way it goes sometimes, not knocking them. It's just how it goes. You just got to play through it. 23-19. Lady Mustangs with the lead and the ball with 30 seconds to go in the first half. Georgetown showing some pressure here. They're playing in a 2-3 zone. Back over left wing, trying to feed inside over to Cameron Jones, and it gets deflected. Lady Eagles have it. Gracie Harris in the backcourt. Brings it across from left to right into the front court to Samari O'Brien. Samari with 2 defenders on her. Back over to Gracie Harris. 5 seconds on the clock. Samari O'Brien gets it blocked from 3, and it will go out of bounds. And that will do it for the first half of play. And the officials talking things over. There may be a little bit of time. There is. They're going to put a little bit more time back on this clock. And it looked like there was, around 2 seconds left, actually. And I think they may give them 3, actually. We'll see what they put on the clock here. The score, 23-19. Magnolia is going to go into the locker room regardless with the lead. And they do put 3 seconds back on the clock. And Georgetown will get an opportunity here. The Lady Eagles will get one more opportunity here before the first half to try to cut into this deficit, 23-19. Inbounding will be Samari O'Brien. I'd look for her to go over to Jalen Knight or Jade Smith. They're both right now in the elbows. Gracie Harris on the left corner. Kylie Ellsworth on the right corner. Samari O'Brien will inbound. She'll be guarded up top on that inbound pass on the baseline by Alyssa May. O'Brien standing right on the H of the Hearn logo, just to the left of the basket on the baseline, under her own basket. And we'll see what they're doing. I thought they had 3 seconds. And I mean, they were looking, I guess at .3. You can't really do much with .26. So basically all they can really do here is just inbound it, and that's it, Jade makes it, but they're not going to count it. They wave it off. Of course, that's the way it goes. The Lady Eagles will head into the locker room trailing 23-19. Well, friends, again, Lady Eagle basketball made possible by many generous sponsors here in Georgetown. We appreciate all of our sponsors who help make Lady Eagle basketball possible here on SHN Sports. First and foremost, our good friend Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a Christian character faith-based building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If someone, a man that you know is 18 or older and suffering, please give the Oak Ridge Disciple House a call. You can reach them at 512, or beg your pardon, you can reach them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Again, that website is oakridgedisciplehouse.com. We also want to thank our good friend Cavett Richmond Custom Homes for quality custom homes in Central Texas. It's hard to beat a Cavett Richmond Custom Homes. Just go to Google, search for Cavett Richmond Homes. That's C-A-V-I-T-T Richmond Homes, Georgetown. And you'll find his website. Cavett Richmond Custom Homes, a proud supporter of Georgetown Lady Eagle basketball and many other teams here on the SHN Network. We appreciate you. We also want to thank our good friend Carrie Christ with the Carrie Christ team, Keller Williams Realty. When it comes to all of your real estate needs, looking for a new home, selling a home, give Carrie a visit. Again, you can look her up online as well. Just search for Carrie Christ, the Carrie Christ team, Keller Williams Realty. Carrie, we appreciate you and thank you for your generous support of Lady Eagle basketball here on SHN Sports. So once again, we're at half, 23-19. We'll be in halftime for about 6 to 7 minutes. Make sure to stick with us, friends. One more time, a quick thanks to our sponsors, Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Cavett Richmond Custom Homes, and Carrie Christ, the Christ Team Realty. Hey, and I also wanted to mention a sponsor that came on late, actually, as we were on our way over here earlier today, our good friend and longtime Lady Eagle supporter, Mr. Tom Crawford. We appreciate you as an individual sponsor, and thank you, Tom, for helping make Lady Eagle basketball possible. Tom and Martha, I believe Martha's with them. They're on their cruise right now, so they're able to listen to this broadcast while they're out in the ocean on a beautiful cruise. Again, Tom, we appreciate you, and thank you for your generous support of Lady Eagle basketball here on SHN Sports. Under 6 minutes, Lady Eagles trail 23-19. We'll step aside. Stay with us, friends, as we will be back here in about 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to Hearn, Texas, here at Hearn High School. The current home for the area round 5A playoff matchup between your Georgetown Lady Eagles and the Magnolia West Lady Mustangs. We're about to get things underway here. Again, thanks for joining us. Lady Eagle basketball made possible in part by the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Cabot Richmond Custom Homes, Carrie Christ and the Christ Team Realty, and Tom and Martha Crawford. We appreciate you. Just about to get started here in the third quarter. Lady Eagles trail 23-19. A lot of fans talking here at halftime, and understandably so. There was some time on the clock that they felt that wasn't fair. Also going back to that shot that we had mentioned previously that was a three, called a three, but her foot was on the line and it was still ruled a three, and that's just the way it goes. You got to play through it, and we're not going to discredit Magnolia West. They have had a phenomenal game. Back the other way, the Lady Eagles will get the first strip away in the turnover. They'll go from right to left now. Magnolia West had inbounded it. Georgetown Lady Eagles will have a chance to dig into this small deficit they find themselves in. 7:37 to go, just underway second period. McCall Hampton on the give and go over to Samari O'Brien on the left wing. Samari working a right-handed dribble, splits three defenders, right side's blocked, and it will go right back into the hands of Georgetown. Great move, though, as she went through three defenders. The block coming off the fingertips of Maddie Christie for the Lady Mustangs. Gracie Harris will inbound on her side of the court on the H logo. Back over to Samari O'Brien, left corner. Samari is trapped, guarded by two. She gets it over to Gracie Harris. Gracie for three, off the back of the iron. Boy, that was about as close as you could get on a three-point shot. It didn't fall for Gracie, and she's had a hard time this afternoon finding the goal. Magnolia West back the other way from the elbow. Two-point shot off the front of the iron, no good. That was Courtney Keith. Ball goes out of bounds. Georgetown Lady Eagles will get the ball back, trailing 23-19, 7:01 to go, third quarter. Bringing it into the front court. Across the logo at midcourt is Gracie Harris. Guarded and met up top by Portales. Portales has been on fire tonight as well for these Lady Mustangs. Ellsworth, corner three. That one rolls well off the front for Kylie Ellsworth. From left to right, the Lady Mustangs. Back over, left corner, Portales. Three-point good. Portales has been simply on fire. The largest lead now for the Lady Mustangs at 7, 26-19. Georgetown back with the ball and a turnover, trying to feed inside to Jalen Knight with Samari O'Brien. And now left to right goes the Magnolia West Mustangs. This is a very tough matchup for the Lady Eagles here in the area round. And now bodies bouncing down low on the pass. It was Ellsworth on the inside to Cameron Jones. And Kylie Ellsworth going to be called for the foul. Her first personal, Georgetown's first team foul of the second half. Allie Isbell will check in for the first time of the second half. And Samari O'Brien will head over to the bench. Inbounding are the Mustangs of Magnolia West on their side of the court on the right side. Up high to Portales, top of the three-point line now May. May has her dribble. She's going to run some time here. She'll be guarded by Kylie Ellsworth. And May is just getting directions from Coach Simmons. Now Ellsworth will bring the pressure. May tries to spin around her, high screen. Ellsworth hits the deck on that high screen, no foul called. And now a double dribble, and Georgetown will get the ball. I guess if you're going to miss the high screen foul, the double dribble will make up for it. 5:46 to go, third quarter. Lady Eagles trailing 26-19. Gracie Harris brings it in the front court from right to left. Allie Isbell has her left pivot foot down. Chest pass over to Jalen Knight into the hands of Ellsworth. Ellsworth dancing through defenders, and it's knocked away, and Ellsworth will turn around and commit the foul. She got it stolen from her. She commits a wise foul. And Ellsworth will very quickly pick up her second foul. On the court for Georgetown, it's Ellsworth, Gracie Harris, Allie Isbell, McCall Hampton, and Jalen Knight. For Magnolia, Alyssa May will bring the ball into the front court, passes over to Portales, back over to May. May, high pass over to Portales. And back over to May, guarded by Gracie Harris. To Portales. We're going to see a lot of ball movement here as they're just going to run some time, holding on to that 7-point lead with 5 minutes to go. A little hot potato action in the back or in the front court here as they go back and forth. Kylie Ellsworth about had enough of it. She dove in, though, and she'll be called for another third quick foul. And just like that, Georgetown will have 3 team fouls, and that'll be all we'll see of Ellsworth here for a little while. So some aggression there, but a little too much, and Ellsworth will head over to the bench. Checking in for her for the first time in the second half will be number 20, Haley Smith. Gracie Harris guarding near that half-court line, her defender. Magnolia West back with the ball now on the right side. Pass up top over to Portales. Deep three. Good. Wow, she cannot miss tonight. And it is a 10-point Lady Mustang lead, and it's all smiles right now on the Lady Mustang bench. Gracie Harris with the dribble back on the left side. Georgetown's Allie Isbell. This is a Lady Eagles team that has not seen defeat since December. Over to Haley Smith, who checked in moments ago. Jalen Knight through 3 defenders, passes. Isbell for 3. Rolls in and out. It will not fall tonight. Fighting for the rebound. The Lady Eagles, they can't come up with it. 4:09 to go. 29-19. The Lady Eagles have not scored here in this second half. Right side shot for Magnolia West, no good off the right. Off the left, the shot no good, but a foul. Go to the line shooting 2 is Alyssa May. The foul is on McCall Hampton. McCall will pick up her 3rd. Georgetown's team 4th. And Coach Farney has had enough. She said, we got to call a timeout. We have got to stop the bleeding going on right now. This is a Georgetown Lady Eagle team that led by as many as 4 in the second quarter. They currently find themselves in a 10-point deficit. Here in a full timeout by head coach Rhonda Farney of the Lady Eagles. 29-19. Georgetown has not scored in this third quarter. And we are over 5 minutes away here already. So Coach Farney's going to talk things over. Of course, just an all-out legendary coach, not only at Georgetown, of course, but well-known throughout Central Texas and all of the state of Texas and even parts of the nation for the work that she has done for so many years for the Georgetown community. This was a Georgetown Lady Eagle team last year that had no returning seniors. They built a great run. They made the playoffs last year. And then this year, what a dramatic turnaround. It just goes to show you again the leadership of Coach Farney and her staff, including all of those that help her out. And of course, we can't forget about the fine work of Kevin Sproul, Tasha Dartery, and Katie Youngblood. Had a chance to talk with Coach Sproul earlier this afternoon when we got here. Always appreciate him and his family here, of course, as well. Free throw up and off the front of the iron, no good for May. You're trying to make it an 11-point lead. It's currently at 10, 29-19, 3:53 to go, third quarter. May, the left-handed free throw. This one no good either, and McCall Hampton will have the rebound. Now a little backcourt pressure here for the Lady Eagles. The Mustangs will back off of it with 3 Lady Eagles in the backcourt, now crossing the front court from right to left. It's Harris. Haley Smith over to Allie Isbell. Allie Isbell to McCall Hampton from the elbow. She loses the dribble, back over to Haley Smith. Haley Smith loses her dribble, picks it back up. And the defense from Magnolia West, something Georgetown has not seen in a very long time. Over to Allie Isbell on the right wing. Isbell way up over to Haley Smith. Smith with the left-handed dribble finds McCall Hampton at the free throw line. And McCall is guarded, drops this one off over to Jalen Knight. Splits through 2 defenders, picks up her dribble, back to Allie Isbell, top of the three-point line. Now it's Haley Smith. Smith inside, left, scoop and hoop, good for Haley Smith. She split through 2 defenders using her speed and able to get that one to fall in, and she'll be rewarded at the line for an and-one opportunity. Haley Smith trying to get her team back to a 7-point deficit. She cannot, but the rebound. Jalen Knight was held, no call, but Georgetown gets it on the missed free throw. Back over to Allie Isbell. Georgetown trailing 29-21, 2:55 to go, third quarter here in the area round. Gracie Harris for three. The spark won't fly. Again, another rebound, though, for Georgetown. Jalen Knight. Right side, it's blocked. And stepping out of bounds was Cameron Jones. She had the block. Jones was out of bounds, though. And Georgetown will get the ball back, though, inbound on their own side. It's Allie Isbell. Haley Smith. And Isbell, though, actually is going to be the one to inbound it. Trying to get it in. She does get it in over to Smith. Smith. The behind-the-back dribble, some fancy dribble skills for Smith. I'd like to see some more of that here this afternoon. She tries to force it, though, inside to McCall, and it's turned over. Left to right, Lady Eagles back on defense. And another three by Portales, and another three that is good. Unbelievable shooting by Magnolia's Kamari Portales this evening. 32-21. The Lady Mustangs with a commanding lead with 2:17 to go in the third quarter. McCall Hampton top of the key, and Haley Smith trying to feed it inside over to Knight. It gets tipped again by those long outstretched arms of Cameron Jones. And once again, Rhonda Farney for Georgetown Eagles will call another timeout. 2:10 to go, third quarter. Lady Eagles trailing by 11. And Coach Farney will call a 30-second timeout. This gives us a brief moment to once again thank our wonderful sponsors for helping make Lady Eagle area-round playoff basketball possible here on SHN Sports. And for those not able to attend the game tonight, many of you may ask, why is it audio only in the playoffs? We don't have broadcast rights for video. That's why you're hearing the audio only. And we try to describe it as best as we can to bring it right there into your vision. We thank Joshua Harris of the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Cavett Richmond Custom Homes, Carrie Christ, the Christ Team Realty, and Tom and Martha Crawford cruising right now, but hopefully listening in. He sent me an email and said we'll try to listen in tonight. We appreciate the Crawford family. Georgetown will inbound, trailing by 11 with 2:10 to go, third quarter here in the area round. Haley Smith wide open for a three. She didn't take it. Back over to Smith on the left corner, guarded up top. Passes inside over to Jalen Knight. Through two defenders, back to Smith. She'll take a three this time, and off the front, no good. Georgetown cannot find a three-point shot here this afternoon. Magnolia West with an 11-point lead will have the ball back on their side of the court. And now a bumping foul on Allie Isbell. So the foul there on Allie, it'll be the 15th foul for the Georgetown Eagles, as she was a little too aggressive on her defense against Hannah Eggleston. Back inside, Magnolia has the ball. They inbound. Eggleston, a turnaround jumper, bounces around and good. Things getting out of hand now for the Lady Eagles, trailing by 13, 34-21. Still plenty of time, though. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. As Gracie Harris has the ball, and Isbell pass to her, and it's knocked out of bounds by Cameron Jones. Substitution on the court as Kylie Ellsworth will head back into the game after her brief stint. She picked up 3 early fouls. She's been on the bench ever since. And in for her will be Haley Smith back to the bench. 34-21, 1:27 to go, third quarter. Lady Eagles trail. Pass at the feet of Ellsworth. It was almost a turnover. She was able to pick it up. Back to Gracie Smith on the left wing. Ellsworth trying to feed baseline to McCall through 2 defenders. Wow, puts that shot up, no good, and still no fouls as there's bodies all over the floor. Georgetown somehow gets the ball back. Jalen Knight with the jumper. That one won't fall, and finally into the hands of Cameron Jones. Magnolia West, the Lady Mustangs wanting to run. Georgetown quickly back on defense. 58 seconds to go here in the third. 34-21, 13-point advantage for the Lady Mustangs. Cameron Jones with the ball. Jalen Knight knocks it off her feet, and Knight can't believe it. She thought, wow, she thought that it had went out of bounds off of Jones. Well, she didn't get the call, and Coach Rhonda Farney not happy with some of the calling that she is seeing here this afternoon. But you got to give the Lady Mustangs credit, and really the fancy shooting from Portales, who has been unstoppable from the three-point line tonight, and then the athleticism of Jones using her tall frame, blocking shots. It's been a magnificent game if you're a Lady Mustang fan. And we do want to welcome in any Mustang fans that are listening. Even though we broadcast for Georgetown, we always want our other listeners to feel welcome as well, and we sincerely appreciate you joining us here on SHN Sports. 17 seconds to go. Georgetown really not showing any pressure here, as the Lady Mustangs will finally put up a shot. Wow, it rattles in with 10 seconds for Alyssa May. 36-21. Lady Eagles back with the wall. Ellsworth with 4 seconds. She's got to shoot. She doesn't see it. McCall Hampton will get blocked, and that will do it for the third quarter. Lady Eagles are frustrated. Magnolia Mustangs all smiles and claps as they dominated this this third quarter of action. Georgetown only scoring 2 points in that third quarter, 36-21. We move into the fourth period here in under a minute. Thanks for joining us here tonight on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp with your play-by-play here in the 5A area round. The Lady Eagles have got to find a dramatic turnaround here in the fourth quarter if they want to get back into this game trailing by 15. 36-21. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a faith-based Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, please call the Oak Ridge Disciple House. You can get their information at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. We'd also like to thank Cavett Richmond from Cavett Richmond Custom Homes, a very fine builder here in the Central Texas area. Thank you to Cavett Richmond. Also our good friend Carrie Christ with the Christ Team Realty. For all of your home real estate needs, give Carrie Christ and her team a shout. They will take excellent care of you. And of course, last but not least, Tom and Martha Crawford. We appreciate your individual sponsorship of Georgetown Lady Eagle basketball. And also a big shout out to all of the fans from Georgetown that have came out here tonight filling this visitor side of this gymnasium here in Hearne, Texas at the spot of Hearne High School. Underway, fourth quarter. Lady Eagles trying to fight back in. It's Knight. Right side, no good. She's fouled. She'll go to the line, shooting 2. Up 12 seconds in, and the aggressiveness for Jalen Knight paying off, and she'll go to the line here and try to get her team back into this game with 7:48 to go. Right-handed free throw shot up and good. Jalen Knight 3 for 3 from the line this evening. Leading all Georgetown Lady Eagles scorers, 22 points now total for the Lady Eagles, and the second free throw good as well. So Jalen with 12 seconds in matches the total points for Georgetown in all of that third quarter. They only scored 2. 36-23. Georgetown trying to find some life here. The Lady Mustangs back with the ball on the right side. High post, baseline, jump shot, good. Eggleston able to get a jump shot in on the baseline. 38-23 lead. Lady Eagles trailing with 7:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ellsworth over to Gracie Harris to Isbell. Allie Isbell for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Georgetown has not found a three-point shot here tonight. And now head coach Sarah Simmons for the Lady Mustangs directing her team to slow things down a little bit. Georgetown's got to start showing some pressure because you know the Lady Mustangs are just going to sit here and try to run as much clock as they can. And Georgetown's going to have to show pressure. They're looking at a 2-3 zone right now, switching around, and now back into the hands over to the Lady Mustangs. Baseline jumper from 12. That shot no good off the fingertips of Eggleston. And Lady Eagles want to run here, trailing by 15, 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter and quite possibly the season. They're trying to find some life and a turnover, trying to pass inside. Now a kickball. That should be Georgetown basketball. Unless they call the foul first. And they called the foul first. That's why there was a kickball. And already in foul trouble here are the Georgetown Lady Eagles, and 1-and-1 opportunities on the 17th foul by the Georgetown Eagles. Allie Isbell will head back over to the bench, and checking back in for her will be Samari O'Brien. At the line on the front end of a 1-and-1 is Alyssa May for the Lady Mustangs. Left-handed free throw shot, good. She makes the first, she'll get one more. As I was stating earlier, we didn't have much time to do a pregame just because of some internet issues, and thankfully the folks here at Hearne High School, we sincerely appreciate them, and Coach Sargent for hooking us up with internet here this afternoon. We tried 3 different providers. None of them would work. And we talked about how tough of a matchup, though, that this was going to be for the Lady Eagles facing Magnolia West in the second round. This is normally a team that you would face late in the playoffs, at least historically for the Lady Eagles. 40-23, they trail by 17 with 6:16 to go in the game. Ellsworth, right side, shot no good, and Magnolia West gets the rebound. Portales, who has been on fire from the three-point line, Drops it off to her teammate. Jump shot up, no good. Gets the own rebound. Left side good for Kendall May. 18-point deficit. Coach Forney calls another timeout. (42-23) with a full timeout here called by head coach Rhonda Forney. We'll take this time again to thank our wonderful sponsors for making Lady Eagle playoff basketball in the area round possible. Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Cabot Richmond Custom Homes. Carrie Christ from the Christ Team Realty. And Tom and Martha Crawford as individual sponsors. Thank you for your generous support of Lady Eagle basketball here on SHN Sports.
Come on, best 4 minutes. Leave it on the court. Best 4 minutes. Let's go.
42-23, Lady Eagles in the largest deficit they've faced since, well, let's be honest, it's been a long time. They haven't lost a game since December. They go undefeated in district play, easily take care of business versus the Mustangs of Marble Falls in their previous game in the bi-district, and here facing a different Mustang team. Ellsworth for three, that one no good. Still the three-point troubles fall for Georgetown. Jalen Knight too strong on the rebound on the left side. The shot no good. And the Lady Mustangs all alone, right side, good for Eggleston. They just left her wide open. And the wound continues to open, 44-23. 19-point deficit for these Lady Eagles. They've scored 4 here in the second, beg your pardon, 6 total points in the second half. O'Brien's going to take a three. Off the front, no good. Jade Smith trying to fight for the tip rebound. She can't get it, and Magnolia West Mustangs will have it with 5 minutes to go. Back on their side of the court and leading 44-23. They're just going to run some time here. It's just been an all-out domination by these Lady Mustangs. Foul going in, Eggleston. She'll go to the line, shooting two. The frustration's mounting now for the Lady Eagles. A foul is called on Samari O'Brien. And at the line shooting two are the Lady Mustangs. The first free throw no good for Eggleston. O'Brien will head over to the bench. Checking in for the first time this afternoon is Maya Perry for the Georgetown Lady Eagles. Next shot up and good. It takes its time and finally rolls in. 45-23. 22-point deficit for the Lady Eagles here in the area round. Fantastic season, though, for these Lady Eagles. Three-point shot, again, no good. They just cannot find it tonight. Ellsworth had a great look. It just would not fall. And the Lady Mustangs with 4:22 here in this area round, leading 45-23. They will pass the ball around as much as they can to run as much clock as they can. The Lady Eagles almost had an opportunity to strip it. They couldn't get the deflection. Shot up, no good. And the right side, the shot is good on the putback from Kendall May. 47-23. Lady Mustangs leading. Ellsworth still trying to direct traffic. Maya Perry, who checked in earlier, getting her first playing minutes of this ball game. And another turnover by the Eagles. But a foul is going to be called here. A pushing foul against Kamari Portales. Ellsworth and Jade Smith will head back over to the bench, and checking in for the first time this evening will be Kylie Sander. Gracie Harris will also grace her with her presence back onto the court. It's Harris, Sander, McCall Hampton, Jalen Knight, and Maya Perry. And now another out of bounds here against the Lady Eagles. 3:38 to go, 47-23. Lady Mustangs with the lead here in the area around, and they have the ball back on the right side of the court. Stolen by Maya Perry. Maya trying to split through defenders. Cameron was trying to get the block. She didn't get it. And Sander will have it for the Lady Eagles. Back over to Perry. Perry on the right wing. Looking inside. Over to Gracie Harris on the left wing. Gracie picks up her dribble. Sander for three. Can she hit? No, it's off the front. Had a good look. It wouldn't fall for Sander, who checked in earlier. Lady Mustangs going baseline. McCall Hampton called with the foul as Eggleston put it up. And Eggleston will go to the line, shooting 2. 9 team fouls for the Lady Eagles, only 3 for the Lady Mustangs. First free throw off the right hand, up and good. Second free throw, good. 49-23, your score. With 2:57 to go here in the area round, and a kick called against Cameron Jones. A kicking foul as she. Jones a little too much aggression there. She has had a great game for these Lady Mustangs. Perry will inbound from the hands of Sander. Just shy of the logo at half court. Sander with the left-handed dribble, picks it up, passes over to Perry. Perry tries to go in near the free throw line. Pass back over to Sander from the elbow, puts up the shot. Good for Sander. She's smiling. Is happy to get that shot. 49-25. 2:34 to go here for this area round matchup. Three-point shot for the Lady Mustangs is good. Eggleston, she also has had an outstanding game down in the post and now showing some perimeter shooting, 52-25. And ball out of bounds, Lady Eagles will hold on to it. Things all quiet here on the Georgetown Lady Eagle side, as there's been a second half domination by these Lady Mustangs. With 2:07 to go, 52-25. Lady Eagles with the ball and trailing. Jalen Knight trying to split through 2 defenders. Great block there by Jones. Back over to Perry. Perry splits defenders, left side, good. So Perry and Sander both getting on the board. 52-27. 1:48 to go. Lady Mustangs with the ball in their side of the court on the right side. Georgetown trying to double team Portales, who has just been phenomenal. And now a foul called against the Lady Eagles. This one will go against Jalen Knight. And that's the 10th team foul, so that'll send the Mustangs now. Every time they're fouled on the offensive end, they'll go to the line shooting 2. It's Kendall May at the line. Allie Isbell set to check in. Right-handed free throw, good. So Isbell will check in. And Gracie Harris will head over to the bench. Gracie getting claps from the Georgetown Eagle fans. May trying to make the second free throw. Up and no good. The rebound, though, to the Lady Mustangs. It's Eggleston. Three-point shot. No good. Right rebound and put back, though, good for Eggleston. She has came alive here in the fourth quarter. 55-27. With 1:22 in the game, the Lady Eagles back with the ball. Sander will take a 3. No good. And back into the hands of the Lady Mustangs. Portales, double team by Hampton and Sander. That'll open up Alyssa May. May has the ball just shy of the logo at half court, back into the hands of Portales. Knocked up into the air by Perry and deflected right back into the hands of Portales. It's been the kind of night it is. Every time the Eagles have a defense, it just goes right back into the hands of the Lady Mustangs. Now a turnover here. Jalen Knight has it to Allie Isbell. Isbell will take a 3. That shot up and good for Allie Isbell. And the Lady Eagles finally able to find a 3-point basket with under a minute to go here in this game. 55-30, 25-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. Now the ball goes out of bounds and it'll go back to Georgetown with 29 seconds to go. Call Hampton will head over to the bench. Checking in for the first time tonight, Alicia King. 26 seconds, Sanders will bring it in. Sander over to Perry on the left wing. Now to Ali Isbell. Isbell thought about another three. 18 seconds. Into the hands of King. King to Perry, three-point shot, no good. King will fight for the rebound, and the Lady Eagles will have it. And Jalen Knight tries to go up with a shot, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line shooting two. With 6 seconds to go, trailing 55-30. Again, we appreciate you joining us here for Lady Eagle basketball throughout the season. I know at times we weren't able to bring you every game this season. Next season we hope to do that as much as we can. We appreciate the generous support of our sponsors who did come on and help us bring the games that we did. So thank you for that. The shot up and bouncing in and good for Jalen Knight. She missed the first one. 55-31, 6 seconds left in the season. And the Lady Mustangs of Magnolia West will take the area round championship. And as classy as always, Georgetown fans getting up and clapping for their Lady Eagles on a tremendous season. It always hurts when you get knocked out of the playoffs, especially this early. Georgetown, rich tradition here in the community with most of the sporting events through Georgetown High School, but unfortunately falling short here in the second round. The Lady Eagles will fall to the Lady Mustangs of Magnolia West, 55-31. Again, we want to thank Magnolia West and all the fans that joined us this afternoon who couldn't make it to see your team. Congratulations on the area round team and the area round victory. For the Lady Eagles, reminding all of you out there in the Lady Eagles, keep your heads held high. Nothing to be ashamed about on a tremendous season. A tremendous season, nothing to be ashamed about. As you turn things around, you go from last year to look what the Lady Eagles did this year, going undefeated in district play, winning the entire month of January and half the month here in February. Hats off to these Lady Eagles. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors this afternoon for helping make Lady Eagle area round playoff basketball possible. Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Cavett Richmond Custom Homes, Carrie Christ with the Christ Team Realty, and last but certainly not least, Tom and Martha Crawford, individual sponsors tonight. Friends, one more time, your final here from Hearn High School. And congratulations to the Magnolia West Lady Mustangs as they will advance 55-31. Your final. For all of us at SHN Sports, I'm Rob Hipp, reminding you tonight, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. Friends, we need each other. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Until then, friends, God bless and good night from Hearn, Texas. We'll see you next time.